Jungkook wins big as Global Artist at BreakTudo Awards 2025. Brazil. Who could have imagined that one night in Brazil would turn into a historic moment for millions around the world? The dazzling lights, the endless cheers, and the magical atmosphere became witnesses to Jungkook's grand victory, the golden maknae of BTS, who won the title of Global Artist at the BreakTudo Awards 2025. A moment that was not just about winning a trophy on stage, but a global recognition that Jungkook has truly become an icon far beyond music, beyond culture, and beyond generations. From the moment his name was announced as a nominee, the atmosphere was already different. ARMY in Brazil never stopped voicing their support, flooding social media with hashtags dominating trending lists across platforms. Jungkook's name echoed not only in Seoul or New York, but also in Rio de Janeiro, Sao Paulo, and even the furthest corners of Brazil that are rarely touched by the spotlight of K-pop. That award night proved how powerful the influence of a young artist can be, one who started from a small stage in South Korea and is now a worldwide phenomenon, embraced with unconditional love by fans everywhere. When the announcement finally came, the stage turned into a sea of emotions. The presenter, with a firm voice, called Jungkook's name as the winner of Global Artist, and the room exploded in cheers. Cameras captured teary-eyed fans waving purple flags that read, Borahi, a symbol of eternal love between BTS and ARMY. Jungkook, looking striking in a modern black suit with white accents, walked to the stage with a smile that carried disbelief and gratitude. It was a moment that words could barely capture, as if the entire world was holding its breath, waiting to witness him accept that award. But was this victory just about the trophy? Absolutely not. For ARMY, Jungkook's win was their win too. A triumph born out of years of struggle, sweat, tears, and unconditional love. Brazil became the witness of how a young boy with a dream to sing has now become a living legend, admired not only in his homeland, but also across continents he may never have imagined would celebrate him. Jungkook's acceptance speech shook hearts everywhere. With a trembling, emotional voice, he thanked ARMY worldwide who have stood by him without condition. He called Brazil a place that gave him extraordinary energy and promised to return with even greater projects. His words were simple, yet powerful enough to pierce through every heart in the room. Even Brazilian local artists in attendance couldn't hide their admiration for Jungkook's sincerity and dedication. Winning the BreakTudo Awards 2025 was not just another line in Jungkook's list of international accolades. He had already made history with his solo achievements, from streaming records to collaborations with world-class artists. But this award was different. It was the people's voice, the fans' voice, the pure voice of millions who chose his name regardless of language, culture, or continent. Isn't this the ultimate proof that music is truly a universal language? That night, Brazil felt like Jungkook's second home. From behind the stage, the voices of thousands of ARMY sang BTS and Jungkook's solo tracks. They sang Seven, Standing Next to You, and Euphoria with so much passion, as if to prove their eternal love. Jungkook looked visibly moved as his own voice was drowned out by the crowd. Could there be anything more beautiful than an artist hearing his songs sung back by fans from the other side of the world, in a language not their own? Looking back, Jungkook's path to this stage reads like a chapter in the history of global music. From the shy teenager who joined Big Hit with Doubts, to standing at the center of the world at the BreakTudo Awards, his journey is living proof of hard work, sincerity, and the unwavering support of ARMY. Many now say this victory is only the beginning of a new era where Jungkook cements himself as a true global artist. Brazil holds a special place for BTS and especially for Jungkook. BTS concerts in Brazil are legendary for their unmatched atmosphere. ARMY Brazil is always described as beyond compare. So, when Jungkook's name was called, ARMY Brazil felt as though they were standing right on stage with him. They had been waiting for this moment for years, and finally, their dream became reality. The international press instantly turned their spotlight on the event. Headlines blazed with drama. Jungkook conquers Brazil, Golden maknae wins Global Artist, and the world bows to Jungkook. Everyone's eyes were fixed on him, no longer just as a K-pop star, but as a global cultural icon. Brazilian media called his victory a global celebration in the land of samba, while fans referred to it as the purple miracle that lit up Rio's night sky. On social media, the moment trended across more than 50 countries. Hashtags like hashtag Jungkook Global Artist, hashtag BreakTudo Awards, and hashtag Brazil Borhi dominated Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Clips of Jungkook accepting the award racked up millions of views within hours, proof of his unstoppable magnetism. Fans worldwide poured out their emotions, sharing stories of how Jungkook had touched their lives. A student in India, a mother in Argentina, a doctor in Germany, all united under one name, Jungkook. The win also stirred discussions among industry experts. Many argued that Jungkook is setting a historic precedent, paving the way for more Asian artists to gain similar recognition. He wasn't just carrying his own name, but the face of Asia, the pride of South Korea, and the hopes of millions. Isn't that extraordinary? Yet behind all the cheers, the victory leaves one burning question. What's next for Jungkook? Will he announce a solo world tour? Will he release a new album even bigger than before? Or is he preparing a global collaboration that will once again shake the industry? These questions only build more anticipation among ARMY, who know Jungkook always gives more than expected. This is why everyone believes this is just the beginning. Brazil may have been just one stage, but the echo of his win reverberated worldwide. From Seoul to New York, from Paris to Jakarta, ARMY everywhere celebrated the moment with pride. They hosted streaming parties, created fan edits, and launched special projects in honor of Jungkook's victory. There's something magical about the way ARMY celebrates. They never see it as just their idol's win. It's always a family triumph. Jungkook's victory at the BreakTudo Awards 2025 will forever be remembered as the night the world united under one voice. A voice of love, a voice of hope, a voice of togetherness. And at the center of it all stood a young man who once only dreamed of singing, now transformed into a light for millions. Oh, you feel emotional reading about this moment? Did you also tear up watching Jungkook hold that trophy in his hands? Share your story, share your emotions, because this victory doesn't just belong to Jungkook, it belongs to all of us. The world now knows Jungkook is not just a global artist. He is a living legend born in our time, and we are lucky enough to witness it with our own eyes. As the curtains slowly closed on that historic night in Brazil, the world was still wide awake. The streets of Rio de Janeiro were buzzing with energy long after the BreakTudo Awards had ended. ARMY poured out of the arena in tears and laughter, hugging strangers as if they had known each other for years. Outside the venue, purple balloons floated into the night sky, a symbol of celebration that was uniquely ARMY's. And even though the show was over, the story had just begun. Television stations in Brazil replayed Jungkook's moment of victory over and over again, dissecting every smile, every word of his acceptance speech. Talk show hosts praised him as a phenomenon who transcends music, while entertainment magazines rushed to print special covers with Jungkook's face on them. In Sao Paulo, giant LED screens that usually flashed advertisements for soda and sneakers suddenly lit up with clips of Jungkook's win, turning the city into an open-air celebration of his triumph. But perhaps the most moving scenes came not from Brazil, but from the corners of the world where ARMY stayed up all night just to watch the live stream. In Seoul, fans gathered in cafes and cheered as if watching a national sports final. In Los Angeles, ARMY decorated their homes with purple lights and sang along with the Brazilian crowd through their TV screens. In Paris, fans gathered near the Eiffel Tower to host their own watch party, bursting into chants of Jungkook. Jungkook, as soon as the award was announced. The internet was ablaze with clips of fans crying, dancing, screaming, unable to contain the tidal wave of emotions. It was not just ARMY who celebrated. Fellow artists took to social media to congratulate him. Latin pop stars, Brazilian idols, American rappers, European DJs, many expressed admiration for Jungkook's victory. Some hinted at possible collaborations, while others simply declared him the voice of a generation. For once, it felt like the global music industry had come together in unison to applaud not just an artist, but a cultural phenomenon.